Hi Taurus, welcome to May. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to create some sacred space, call in some good energy. So this month, we have a new moon in your sign on May 11th. And then we have a full moon eclipse in Sagittarius on the 26th. And also, your ruling planet, Venus, moves into Gemini on the 9th. Mercury moves into Gemini on the 4th. Jupiter moves into, the new moon's on the 11th, and then Jupiter moves into Pisces on the 14th. And it's actually going to be in Pisces until this July 29th. And then it's going to retrograde back into Aquarius till the end of the year. But for a couple of months, it's going to be in Pisces. Then we have Saturn going retrograde on the 23rd. And a full moon eclipse on the 26th, and then Mercury goes retrograde at the end of the month. So we've got a lot going on between the eclipses and the retrogrades. And also, for those of you who are born in May, happy birthday. You have a birthday too. But this new moon is going to be great for Taurus. And I'll get to that later. Because it's sextile Neptune. And so it can bring you a dream come true. It can help you manifest a dream. So let's see. What does Taurus need to know about love and relationships for the month of May 2021? What does Taurus need to know about love and relationships for May 2021? The Two of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the King of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Emperor, the Hangman, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so, and let me see, the card on the bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. So you start the month out with the Two of Wands energy crossed by the Nine of Wands. The Two of Wands is about a potential partnership. And I feel like you're going to be really busy in May. You have a lot of things going on. And sometimes the Nine of Wands, you're kind of waiting to see where this partnership's going to go. So it could be that you've already planted the seed in an earlier month and just kind of waiting to see, okay, is this going to manifest? What's going to happen? And the Nine of Wands, you may feel like giving up. The Nine of Wands is like, I've been battling this situation for a long time. So you could be in a relationship where you're just struggling with a burden, especially with this Ten of Wands. Either you've got a lot of work to do, or you're taking on a burden that just feels very heavy, and you're feeling like you always have to defend yourself. You're just battle weary with the Nine of Wands. Part of it is, it could be a relationship that's just become a burden, but part of it could also be your workload is really heavy right now too. And the Nine of Wands sometimes comes up when something that you thought you're done with, like I already dealt with this situation, comes back. So a relationship could come back to be dealt with. And I feel like you're going to have some kind of closure this month with the Ten of Wands. You're going to be able to put down a burden. And you are moving. You have the Six of Swords, which is like an energy of moving away from difficulty. So I feel that you're going to end the month in a different place than where you started. And the new moon is going to be really critical in having you have this new energy. You may need this new moon before things start to change. So, because you've had all this Aries energy, so you've been doing a lot of soul search in the 12th house, where you've been like releasing a lot of things and dealing with a lot of psychological issues, or just feeling the need to be alone and contemplate your life. So when the new moon in Taurus comes in, it's going to be like a new start for you, or a new beginning, especially in relationship. So you have this King of Swords. This could be someone that you've dealt with in the past. It could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But it also can mean, and it could be authority figure, that you may feel like someone is being unfair or harsh with you. Kind of hard to reach, hard to approach, like they're kind of like distant. Because the King of Swords energy can be someone who, they do a lot of thinking and they don't take action until they've considered all the options. So you may feel like, well, I'm not hearing from this person, maybe I should just give up. But the King of Swords is really just weighing his options. He's trying to figure out what he should do, what's right for him. So he's not taking action until he's sure he knows what to do, until he's looked at all the possible results. Like, like if I do this, what's going to happen? If I do that, what's going to happen? He's weighing things. King of Swords energy, the person lives in their head. They're more about logic than emotion. So he's more like, well, I don't know, does this make sense for me? Should I do this? If I do this, what's going to happen? And he's checking into things. Like you have the Page of Swords here. So I feel like someone might be checking you out, but that you may not know it. Like they're not taking action yet. They're just kind of checking out the scene. And you're just wondering, like, well, is anything going to happen in this relationship? Because nothing's happening. And maybe I should just quit. But the Nine of Wands is saying, no, don't quit. Because things are going to happen. You just have to be patient. Because you have the Hangman here, which is a card of feeling in limbo and having to wait. Because I think things are going to just be slow. They're developing slowly. Now, you have the Four of Pentacles here, so you might be focused on financial security. But also, the Four of Pentacles card is someone who's holding on. Like you might be waiting for something to happen rather than making something happen. Sometimes this energy comes up when someone doesn't realize, like, I have to do something. I have to put some energy out there to get something back. I can't just sit around and wait. So maybe you're like both sitting on the fence. Like, I'm not reaching out to you, you're not reaching out to me, so nothing's happening. So somebody's got to break the ice. Now, the Six of Swords energy, this is a card of feeling the need to move on. Like, there's something you need to leave behind. There's something you need to move away from because it might be not in your best interest. Maybe there's a job or a relationship where that you're not getting the security that you need from this situation. You're not getting either financial reward or a feeling of security. And this could even be you thinking, what do I keep? What do I let go of? Let me weigh my options. What makes sense? And the Page of Swords can be a message. So I feel like you might get a message from this King of Swords if you're involved in a relationship with him. But he's not going to, he's been doing a lot of thinking. And he might even be going through a difficult time where he's needing to walk away from the past. And he might be navigating a difficult relationship and, needing to leave something behind. So it's either you or him that you're leaving something behind that's not working and you're moving on to something better. Now, the Ten of Wands here, this is a card of putting your burden down. You're coming to the end of hard work. So if you've been working hard on a relationship, you're going to start to see results more probably after the new moon. And we'll get to that when I look at the astrology. But I also feel there's like a business partnership on offer because there's so many wands in this reading. And you have the Emperor here. This is in your negative thinking sector. So it's almost like you have the opportunity to connect with someone who has this Emperor energy. This person could be a CEO or a boss or a leader in some way. The Emperor could be an Aries person. It could be a Capricorn, Scorpio even. But whoever he is, he's in charge. He's a go-getter. He likes to create things. He likes to create stability. He's very organized, very practical. It could also mean that you have to take that energy of the Emperor. Don't be afraid of it. Like maybe you have to own your power this month and own your sense of authority. You have to act like the owner or the CEO of your own life. And I feel like with the Hangman, this is about giving something up for something better. So I really feel, especially with the Six of Swords and the 10, if you've been going through a difficult time in a relationship or even a career situation, that's coming to an end. And you're going to have an opportunity to give something up for something better. You're going to be moving away from difficulty and this heavy energy, this heavy burden. And there's a potential partnership. And the outcome is the Three of Wands, which means that whatever energies you put into this relationship or this career project or whatever project, you're going to start to see results. So if it's a relationship where you're wondering, like, is anything going to happen? The Three of Wands is yes. Don't give up. Just keep trying. Keep working at it. You have the Eight of Swords here too, so there's like a sense of feeling trapped. I feel like for some of you, you might be in a career situation that's stagnant, that's not paying you enough, and you feel like your options are limited, and you're afraid to break away. You're afraid to give something up. Something, or it could even be a relationship that you feel stuck in, and you're afraid to walk away. But I feel that by the end of the month, you're going to be moving on to something new. You're going to be leaving behind whatever's been stopping you or blocking. You're going to be putting down this burden. And you're going to feel you are moving into a better situation because the 6 represents harmony. And this 10, it's like the end of the cycle. You know, you're putting down this burden. You're not going to be working like 24/7. You know, you might be feeling like I'm always working. I'm just exhausted. Because I think that there's going to be this message that comes in that's going to lead to something that's going to be good for you, but you may have to be patient before that develops. Let's just see what the astrology says. So the new moon in Taurus is in your first house. So you have a chance to have it like a new you, to create a new life for yourself, a new relationship. Uranus is there. So you're doing, Uranus gives you this restless energy where you want to just make changes. You may change your lifestyle. I mean, you may change your look. Maybe you change your hair color. You get a makeover. You just want to present yourself in a new way. And you want to be freed from the old, which is not comfortable for Taurus, because Taurus likes to hold on to things, the Four of Pentacles. But you're going to feel this new energy coming in. And it's an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself this month. Mercury is trine Saturn. Well, let me finish with the new moon. The new moon is sextile Neptune. And you've got Neptune in your 11th house. So if there's something that you've wanted to, the 11th house represents our hopes, our dreams, our friendships, the groups we belong to. So something positive is going to be happening with your friends. There could be a change, maybe some new friends coming in or new groups. You might be connecting with new people and maybe leaving behind some friendships that don't fulfill you or don't satisfy, they're not giving you what you need. Neptune can also be creativity and art, music, anything creative. So I feel like there's a new creative project could be starting through one of your friends or through the groups you belong to, through your network, your social network. And I think it's going to be good for you. You have Venus and Mercury moving into Gemini in your second house. So that's going to bring money. Venus brings money and love. Mercury brings news, communication. And Mercury is trine Saturn in your 10th house. So you might be signing a contract in May, or you might be committing to something in May that's going to bring you recognition when you're done. Because Saturn in the 10th house, it's going to be responsibility. You're going to be in charge. You might be getting some kind of recognition. And it might even lead to more money, because Venus and Mercury are kind of connected in the 12th, in the second house. Venus will bring love. Venus also, the second house has to do with your values and how you see yourself. So you may be starting to love yourself, starting to value yourself more. And that's going to affect your financial situation. But Mercury is also ideas and communication. So you might have money-making ideas. How can I bring more abundance into my life? How can I bring more love into my life? Mercury is going to be your friend. So you may get some kind of communication in May that relates to your life goals, your career. Mars is in your 3rd house. And Mars is sextile Uranus in the 1st house. So there could be definitely some activity going on that has to do with communication, has to do with contracts. You might be, I feel like you're going to be signing a contract in May, or you're going to be agreeing to something that's going to bring, Mars in the 3rd house can also mean more activity with your relatives, like brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. So you might be interacting with them more than you would have in the past. Mars in the 3rd also affects your communication style. So you want to be careful that you're not coming across too aggressive in your communication, because Mars in Cancer is not strong. So with people with Mars in Cancer, instead of speaking up and communicating clearly, they sometimes do passive aggressive. They Mars in Cancer is more passive, so you might be building up resentment. Like if there's something going on that you're not happy with, you need to communicate it in a nurturing way, in a soft way, not in an aggressive way. Let people know how you feel, because if you hold it in, then you're going to blow up in an inappropriate way, or you might just be sarcastic, or you might you want to handle the anger in a positive way. What else? Venus is squaring Jupiter. So Venus in the 2nd, squaring Jupiter in the 10th. It's an out of sign square at this new moon. So whatever you're agreeing to, just be careful that it's going to bring money, but be careful that you're not taking on more work than you can handle. Because Jupiter, has you think, I can do everything. I can do anything. So you want to make sure that you have enough time and energy to take on whatever this new beginning brings. It's going to make you feel optimistic and excited. Jupiter, it's going to expand your network in some way. You're going to be meeting new people, expanding your friends, expand your friendships. Out of one of those friendships could come a romantic partner. With Neptune there, it's like a dream come true. Neptune is the dream maker. And Mars sextile Uranus, it could be unexpected. You may get some unexpected communication that brings you this new opportunity. I feel like a new beginning is coming. Now, when Saturn goes retrograde, let's see what's happening. Saturn will go retrograde on the 23rd. And just after the new moon, Jupiter will move into Pisces. So when Jupiter moves into Pisces, it's going to be in your 11th house. So that's another thing that's going to bring luck. Wherever Jupiter goes, Jupiter brings luck. So Jupiter in Aquarius has been bringing luck to your career, your status. When it moves into the 11th, it's going to bring expansion of your friendships and your goals and your hopes. It's going to allow you to achieve a goal and expand your reach and expand your network. So you might have new friends coming in. You might be joining new groups or connecting with people, networking more. And that brings opportunity. In the 11th house is also bringing you money from the work that you do, from your career. So all this networking is going to pay off. All these, you might even have opportunities come through friends. But when Saturn goes retrograde, you might be rethinking. So whenever a planet goes retrograde, you start to rethink your goals. And Saturn in the 10th house, you might be rethinking your career path. You might be thinking, well, where do I really want to put my energy? Where do I need to make a commitment? What do I need to focus my energy on? Do I need to commit to a relationship? Do I need to commit to a certain job or career path? Where do I put my hard work? And with Saturn in the 10th house, Saturn can bring recognition. But Saturn brings recognition through commitment and hard work and discipline. So I feel like you're going to have some recognition this month because all your hard work, people have been watching you and they're seeing that you are good at what you do. And you might get an offer that you least expect from a friend, that comes out of the blue, that's going to bring you a new opportunity. At the same time, you're going to be navigating, if you're navigating a difficult situation with an authority figure that feels like they're too critical or they're not valuing you enough, There could be a new opportunity that comes in that helps you, that you can move away. So you can move away from your stuck place and move into something more fulfilling. Now, at the lunar eclipse happens on the 26th of May, and right after the lunar eclipse, then Mercury goes retrograde. So if you have to make any decisions or sign any contracts, do it at the beginning of the month, not so much at the end of the month. Unless you're going back to someone that you've known in the past, or you're working with someone from the past, then it's okay. But if you're starting a brand new project with someone brand new, you want to do it before Mercury goes retrograde. So the lunar eclipse is happening in your 8th and 2nd house. So some financial situation is coming to an end with this eclipse. Financial support. It usually means other people's money. It could be a partner's money. So if you were depending on someone else for financial support, you may lose that money. Like that person might lose, not be able to give you that money anymore. Or that might just, the 8th house is the money, the resources you get from others. I don't think that it's going to hurt you financially, because you still have Venus in the 2nd house, which is bringing money. So I think the new opportunities are going to bring in more money. So if you lose one source of income, it'll be replaced by something else. I'm not worried. It might be more related to a partner. So if someone's been paying you money in a relationship, that might come to an end. Mars is in your 3rd house. It's trining Neptune in the 11th. So I feel like you're really going to be focused on making new friends, making new contacts. You might be involved in a creative project that involves communication. Saturn is going to be squaring Uranus. Saturn in the 10th, I feel like you're going to break free from, if something has been restricting you, especially in a career situation, you're going to have an opportunity to break free from that. But it's going to take courage, and it's going to take getting out of your comfort zone. But you're going to feel a little bit of restless energy, like you don't want to be restricted. You don't want someone to have that heavy authority over you. So that might be an issue. And this full moon, when Jupiter moves into Pisces, this full moon eclipse, it may eclipse a female person from your life. The full moon is T-squared by Jupiter. So Jupiter is at 1 degree Pisces, the moon is at 5 degrees Aquarius, the sun is at 5 degrees Gemini. So, and Jupiter will be at this point in your 11th house. So there could be some conflict in a friendship, or there might be an ending with a group of friends where you decide, I don't want to be part of this group anymore. Or I just need to go in a different direction. So there could be, because eclipse energy, it kind of speeds up your timeline. So if you were thinking about putting an end to something, but you've been like dragging your heels about it, the eclipse might make it, like I have to do it now. Like it has to happen now. So it's like a quick energy. And let's see, with Mercury, you might be rethinking Mercury in the 2nd house. When Mercury goes retrograde, it could bring people back from your past. So you may get a job offer from someone that you knew in the past, because like there might be a financial opportunity that comes back to you from someone you once worked with or someone you knew in the past. So that's going to help. So if there's any kind of financial, so like if you lose one thing, you're going to gain another. So I'm not worried too much about that, especially if it's working with someone from the past or working with someone, an opportunity that you maybe put on the back burner. Maybe there was you had an idea of how to bring in more money, and you put it on the back burner. You might revisit that and make it better. Because I feel like you're going to be working on your finances at this full moon eclipse. Because you really need to do work that speaks to who you are. So if you're kind of like treading water somewhere, it may become really apparent, like I've got to make some changes. I can't stay in this situation. I can't stay stuck and trapped and, feeling like I am just in a straitjacket. I need to have more freedom. I need to start seeing more results. I need to have, branch out. So I feel like you're going to be mingling and networking more in May, and that's going to lead to new opportunities, especially after the new moon. So don't hold on to anything that's been stifling you. Don't hold on to a burden that's not yours, that doesn't belong to you. Don't be afraid to release something that has served its purpose, whether it's a friendship or a job or a burden that you've taken on that really doesn't belong to you, because better things are coming. Just don't be afraid. Like sometimes we cling to things because out of a sense of security, like I need this for financial security, or I need to feel safe, so I'm holding on to this thing. But then when you release it, you're opening up the energy for something new to come in. And I feel like that you are going to get rewarded for all the hard work that you've done. But you have to not be afraid to let go of the past and let go of what's no longer working. And there could be some surprises in a positive way. I think there's going to be some surprise developments that are going to be freeing. You might be forming new relationships or new partnerships that come out of the blue. And that will give you enough confidence to let go of whatever's been stifling you. So you can move into a better, and own your power. Own your leadership ability with this Emperor. Don't be negative about it. I think that there's going to be someone coming into your life that can bring stability, that can bring someone you could really count on. But you might be jaded and might be thinking, well, I don't know, it's going to be, work out just you're kind of jaded. And you might be like not wanting to trust that something good can happen, but it can. And I feel like you're going to be working in a group. You're going to start to see results for all the hard work you've been doing. If you feel like you haven't been, like everything's been stagnating, that's going to change. But like I said, you have to be patient. And Taurus is patient. Taurus knows how to be patient because things are going to be changing. Just don't give up on the dream and don't give up on the goal. And you will see how successful that you will become. And with Saturn retrograde, you might have to recalculate. You might have to rethink your career path. And then take action, and kind of like shift the trajectory just a little bit. But whatever it is, you're going to be moving forward and you're going to be moving away from difficulty. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Taurus. And I wish you the best of luck for May. And happy birthday, like I said. And if you'd like the reading, click on the like button. Click on the subscribe button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. This may not resonate with everyone. If it resonates with you, then it's your reading, because this is a general reading. But if you want a private reading that's just specifically tailored to your situation and your life, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you for supporting my channel. Enjoy May, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.